everything looking good. Moving on now. So, we're going to turn directions a little bit here, turn the volume down. A little bit of a serious topic here. In recent news, rapper Juice WRLD unfortunately suffered a seizure and, has passed away. Obviously we're a couple of days past that, but we wanted to talk about it. Obviously coming up in the news and, with autopsies coming out, everything is pointing to the sign of drugs. Now, with another, drug death or drug-related death, you compare to all the other rappers who have come close to death due to drugs. There's been no reports, but in my mind, in my opinion, French Montana was in ICU because of fucking drugs, probably. Lil Wayne has had his public battles with lean and all of that shit, causing seizures. I believe Future came out and said that, he feels like he was the reason that Juice WRLD started doing this shit. At the end of the day, these are all celebrities we're talking about here. We're talking about guys that make millions and millions of dollars being some little kid's idol, being some little kid's, person to look up to, a person of interest. At the end of the day, when as a people are we going to say that enough is enough and we really have a fucking drug problem in this world? The only time people relate to drug epidemics is in the 80s when crack hit. People outside of that, people don't really use the word epidemic, but I'm gonna use that shit because I feel like everything now points to the shit between the pills. Motherfuckers popping, was it perp, ecstasy, Xanax, or whatever the shit is, Xan, Perks, codeine, oxy. Like, motherfuckers is just literally whatever you can find in the medicine cabinet. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. Just throw that in the cup. I got you.
Word, let me just mix this with some fucking cough syrup. Ooh, tastes good. Add some Sprite. Don't nobody try that shit at home. I don't know if that's really how you make the shit. I'm making some shit up, but y'all know what I'm saying, man. Like, don't Chips. What you think?
So this is a very serious topic, and to answer the question, yes, there is a fucking epidemic, but let's break down this situation with Juice WRLD. This really wasn't about it being an epidemic. This was about being stupid. This was about doing stupid shit from the top to the bottom. You have a flight to catch, a private flight. So one, you decide to take guns on the plane.
Well, they was registered, but keep going.
Yeah, okay. They were registered. Two, but you're still not supposed to, unless you have permission. So that's why that's stupid. Two, you have pounds on top of pounds of weed.
70 to be exact. Keep going.
That's an entire person, an adolescent child.
So you have that. Then you have the pills and shit. So now your pilot, and not only do you have it, right? You're on a private jet, so you obviously had to be flaunting the shit somehow, some way for the pilot to know that you have this shit on your persons, and the pilot calls ahead. So now you land, FBI shit is waiting for you. What in your right fucking mind will have you believe that you could just swallow a bunch of fucking pills? Sometimes you just gotta take the L. I'm sure he had some peoples on there like, yo, bro, listen, I'm gonna take care of you. You gotta take the rap for this.
Yo, it's crazy. I said the same thing at work. Listen, I got you. You just going to jail for a little while.
I'm gonna take care of you, but I'm not swallowing a whole bunch of pills, bro. Like you want to do all that, but then you so scared to get caught. I don't get it, man. I mean, I get the whole epidemic, the drug shit. That is a problem. I just feel like it's a different conversation. This was idiotic, unnecessary, and if you're not ready for the consequence, kids, don't live that lifestyle. Like, leave this shit alone. If you're not built, that's just like take it back to fucking 6ix9ine motherfucker. He wasn't about that life. You get caught and now you singing a whole fairy tale and you telling on everybody like I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like, these kids, the problem is these kids today, this generation, the younger generation, they not listening to us. I was listening to Hot 97. I think it was Rosenberg. He said something that really stood out to me. And he was like, these kids ain't gonna listen to us. It needs to be somebody or a group from that generation to say, this shit is not cool no more. Or even a generation after that one to be like, yo, I see what happened to Juice WRLD. I seen what happened to what's not Trippy. What's the other dude that died?
Mac Miller.
Huh? Mac Miller. Mac Miller and there was another one. I don't know why I keep thinking Trippy Red. But whatever. So somebody after that generation has to be like, yo, that shit ain't cool. Like, that shit, I don't want to be that. I don't want to fight depression and all these emotional issues and all these ups and downs and highs and lows. Like, I don't get why that shit is fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. And it was another thing that they said, the shit didn't start being an academic in the rap culture until that generation. Before the Mac Millers and I can't remember this motherfucking name. But before that generation, Wu-Tang, Jay, Big, Pac, nobody was struggling with this. Nobody was dying from drug overdoses, passing out on stage and sweating bullets and shit. Like, why is this shit fucking cool?
You was looked at as the clown back then if you did that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Outside of what? Who? ODB?
No, don't disrespect, fam.
No, it's not disrespect, but he had a drug problem. You know what I'm saying? He had a drug problem, but it wasn't magnified, it wasn't glorified. Other people in the rap game, his peers and the fans, we all tried to steer him away from this shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you have people like whack ass fucking Future saying that he put this young man onto this shit, like, fuck out of here. Like, I'm glad my son went after that motherfucker. Like, yo, you sound fucking stupid, yo. Don't come apologize now. You shouldn't even be doing this shit from jump. Now the motherfucker lost his life for doing some dumb shit, and now you saying you feel sorry? But are you gonna make another song talk about Molly Percocets?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
By the way, that beat was fire though. But go ahead.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The beat is you can put other words in there and still make that beat fire.
All I said was the beat was fire. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
The song was trash, but yeah, that beat was fire. She should
like it got to start from the generations before us, and then that generation coming after them. We have to get in those young ears and minds that that's not the way to be fucking cool. I get on my son a lot because of his preppy ways and, you know what I mean, and his friends or whatever, and his friends are not all white, they black, they Puerto Rican, they Spanish, but they got their own vibe, yo, and their vibe is a safe vibe. So that's why you can't shut them down and make them look like they whack, you know what I'm saying? That whole dancing, the whole dancing videos and shit that be on Facebook. Let them kids do that, yo.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Take it back. Like when we was coming up, we was in fucking parties dubbing and was all Jamaican dancing and the bruck up and the, you know what I mean? All that shit. That was the cool shit.
Flex videos.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was thinking about, oh, I gotta take this lean and mix in this or whatever. The wildest shit we had was what? Incredible Hulk? And that was mixing 2 liquors. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't get it, man. I don't get why people think they always got to take it to the next extreme to be cool. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, there is a fucking epidemic. And we as a people, the hip-hop culture, we have to get away from the shit. We have to get away from it. Radio, you know, they have to get away from playing music like that. You know what I'm saying? Even his song, like that Lucid Dreams, that is a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody crying out for some type of fucking help. You know what I'm saying? And if nobody in their circle is willing to fucking help, unfortunately, it's probably gonna end up like that. Because everybody sees the money, the potential to get rich. So you keep on doing what you're doing, taking these drugs, fighting these emotional battles, as long as I get paid. So that's all I gotta say about it, man. And I'm with you, Yiti. I'm ready to say enough is enough. Like, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? What you got, PH?
Well, you done spoke for about 25 minutes. You know, you done took up all the time, but
Yo, why PH always got a Stephen A.U., son? He call out how long you took. It's like PH be Shaq. Yeah, well, that was supposed to be 1.
Word, man. Yo, because Tiff be taking all the damn points. What I'm supposed to say now? Ain't nothing left to say. Shit.
Speak your truth, brother. Speak your truth, brother.
You know, you spoke everybody's truth. But nah, seriously though, what you said, everything was true. The one thing that I think you did touch on a little bit was the depression part. And nobody knows how to handle that. Mm-hmm. Us growing up, we didn't even have no backing for shit that we had to deal with. Our moms and pops like, man, you better just deal with that shit and go sit in the room and reflect for a minute and then and breathe and you'll be all right. But that didn't work. That really doesn't help, because all I do is just bury everything until you just can't deal with it anymore. And that's their out. Pills, drugs, smoking, sniffing, whatever they got or whatever they can get their hand on, that's their out to get that pain out of them, which is terrible. It shouldn't be hard for us as men to say we need help and go see somebody for help. But then if we do say that, oh, we weak ass motherfuckers, oh, you a punk, you a bitch, because you're going to do that. And then we get called that, and it's like, damn, you know what? Maybe I am. So you know what? I don't need that no more. Let me go back to that. It's that pride. That pride is what fucks a lot of us up a lot of times. And I don't want to say like our father should have been there and told us how to handle certain things. I'm not saying y'all didn't have that, because I don't know how y'all grew up. I didn't. So it's like some things is just new for me. Going through my situation that y'all know about, you know, I was dealing with like emotions. I was on like the wild roller coaster. I had to go see somebody. At first, it was a struggle for me to even get myself to say, you know what, go do that, because of the stigma. Like, oh, nah, I can handle that. I can deal with that. But it started when my mom's passed away, and like that pain was too much. You just have to be able to just dig deep and be like, man, fuck the outside world, fuck what everybody's saying, how everybody feel. You got to deal with your problems and what you can deal with and how to deal with it. And if you don't, go see somebody. Therapy is not a problem. It's not. And once people get that through their head, the world might be a better place. Therapy is not a problem. Not a problem. Therapy is not a problem. I think that would help clear some of this epidemic, not all of it, but it will help a lot of people out, man. A whole lot. What you think, Chris?
Well, I agree, PH. I would just like to go on the record and say, as a child, I was bullied by my cousin Chips, aka every time something would happen, I was never allowed to cry. So
I made you tough, motherfucker. I made you tough. I made you
bully.
There we go right there.
See?
He
Bully.
made you tough.
I was bullied.
He made you tough. No, nigga, that's not what it is.
I was bullied as a child because my older cousin always told me, man up. You better not cry.
You better not cry. I bet not see no tears. I better not see no tears.
Nah, man. But I mean, back then things were different though. You know what I mean? Like, even getting that push from an older cousin, it was like,
oh, this motherfucker.
Yo, PH, was that your ass?
No, maybe. I get. Oh.
Yo, son.
Bro. Come on.
Yo,
PH ain't got no drawers on.
Nigga, I got no shorts.
No, son. Yo, this gonna be classic. Oh man. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
So I forgot what I was even saying just now. You know? Oh shit. But like I was trying to say,
blooper reel, son. Oh, pause, man. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Yeah, bro.
With shit like that, back in those days, you know what I mean? I still had the love of my family. Even though, you know, your punk ass would be on some don't cry, you know, fight through it. I knew it was with love intentions of trying to make me, you know what I mean, toughen up as a kid. You know what I mean? And I knew it was that village mentality. You know what I mean? We had our whole family around us, and our family wasn't just blood. It was the block. It was the neighborhood. People knew us. People knew our families and cousins, grandparents. You know, so I feel like that's what's lacking in this era and in this generation. The other thing is now with these kids doing these drugs and shit, I think, you know, and you mentioned it, Chips, you know, in the time and the difference where, you know, from the Jay-Z's and shit, them motherfuckers was used to selling the shit. Mm-hmm. So they knew the outcome or how that shit was going to make you look or feel from just selling it. So they knew I'm not going to do my own shit. You know what I mean? That's my supply. I'm not going, you know, there's rules to that shit. These kids don't know that life. All these kids come from different fucking backgrounds and fucking good families and shit. Like, they come from suburbia. They don't know what it's like to have to sling coke, sell rocks and shit. So they don't know what the outcome. So it's motherfuckers are talking about it. Let me see how this shit make me feel. Let me see how this look. Let me see how this work. So I think it's definitely different. It's definitely, you know, new age motherfuckers now. And the shit just doesn't add up. And unfortunately, these kids are it's, you know, these kids are the sacrifice of it. You know what I mean? We're losing, I won't even say good talent, because for me, fuck the music at this point. We're losing life. We're losing black life. And even if it ain't black, you know, because Mac Miller, but we're just using our youth. And if we're supposed to build this country and build generations, you got to have something to build on. And unfortunately, in this day and age, we don't. And until that shit changes, until, you know, it's really more than just 2 or 3 people trying to make a stand. And unfortunately, the 2 or 3 people that's making a stand aren't the big money makers. You know what I mean? Like, you got guys that really ain't top of the charts talking about it. We need these motherfuckers at the top of the charts talking about it. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers that bring in the views, that bring in the Billboard recognitions, the award winners. Motherfuckers got to start talking about it, man. You can't be silent. You can't just play the back burner and be like, oh, you know, it'll be all right. No, it won't. Because it's not going to hit you until that shit hits you in your backyard and it hit you home. And then you're going to want to make a change then, or then you're going to want to speak up then. Don't wait for that shit to hit. Do it now. Again, rest in peace to Juice WRLD. Condolences to his family, friends, everybody that lost a loved one due to this drug epidemic.
Do you hear that feedback?
Huh?
You hear that feedback, or is that just mine?
That's just yours.
So every time you talk, I hear it.
Oh, it's probably ass crack feedback, but commercial. In other news, another, you know, serious topic, non-sports related. We're all fathers here. Obviously, you're seeing PH giving a hug to his baby girl. Chips brung up his son. As a father, where do you draw the line with the things you know about your kids, or with the things you control with your kids? And Chips touched on it a little bit, you know, I mean, Keyshawn being into his own element now, growing into the man that he's going to be. But at what point do you draw the line? PH?
As a father of a daughter and her being young, I don't think there's any line right now. Maybe, you know, I'll feel a little bit different when she gets a little older. But as of right now, there's no line. Especially to know what your children are doing or what they're up to. It just goes back to the Juice WRLD thing. You know, just you have to check in on your kids at all times. Even if you think they're doing good, still, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's going on in your life? Is everything okay? And it's not just trying to find out things or trying to be in their business. It's just a mental checkup. You know, I don't think that line should ever be drawn, ever. And of course, your children are like, oh, Dad, you know, we spoke yesterday. It's only one day. Don't matter. A lot can happen in a day. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. You know, so I don't see any reason why there should be a line when it comes to your children, ever. At all. What about you, Chips?
That's a it's a tricky question. You have different parenting philosophies and different takes on how strict of a parent you could be. You know, it's always the cliche out there, or the saying that the craziest ones or the craziest kids be the ones that was brought up in the most strict household. as soon as they get a touch of the outside world, they go crazy. They can't handle it. Um, so I think that it has to be it's a very delicate balance. Me personally, and along with my wife, we try to give our kids as much space as possible. We are not the parents that's going to be digging through phones and you know what I mean, doing those kind of checks and stuff like that and listening in the conversations or whatever. We kind of let them be their own person, but we make a strong effort to instill what we believe is right and wrong, what we believe is the path that they should be going. We try to do that through, communicating, like PH said, what's going on, how's this or whatever, and giving feedback on their different situations and issues that they go through at school or whatever. Um, but one thing I think is important, if you're going to do it that way, is you have to let your kids know that they can come to you for anything. They could come to you and talk to you about anything without the fear of being reprimanded or any kind of repercussions because you came and you said I did this or I tried this or I said this or this person did this. You know what I mean? Um, I think you have to be open, with what they're going to, like we just spoke about, in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? I think what some parents lose sight of is today is not when we came up. You know what I mean? It's a whole different ball game out there. Like we were talking about the drugs and whatever, that when we was coming up, it was gangs and or whatever, you know what I mean? Walking down the wrong block, that's what we had to deal with, you know what I mean? But we was also outside and we had friends that can help us out with that, you know what I mean? These kids today, they're inside. They got social media, they got the internet, you know what I mean? And that's a whole different animal that we don't understand what it's like to be a child living in this time. So as a parent, I don't think you want to, I draw the line where a, uh, I draw the line where I don't need to know my child's everyday move. I don't need to know my child's every conversation, every text thread. You know what I mean? The way I deal with it is I talk to you. I ask you what's going on, blah, blah, blah. You tell me what you feel you need to tell me or what you want to tell me. You can come to me whenever you want. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm just keeping an eye. And if anything is out of whack or anything it seems off or, your attitude goes this way or that way, then that's when I come to you and be like, what's going on? Like PA said, you know what I mean? To make sure that everything is still straight or whatever. I don't want to know. The reason why I don't want to know everything about my child, because I know the shit that kids do. I know the shit that I did. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I knew everything, the relationship between being a father and a child or a mother and a child will get very rocky. You know what I mean? I don't want my kids to hate me. You know what I mean? I don't want my kids to fear me. I don't want my kids to be shy towards me. You know what I mean? I don't want to judge them. You know what I mean? So I just try to uh, teach them, give them wisdom, and let them make their decisions, mistakes, let them make their triumphs or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I let them experience that, and then whatever the outcome is, I'm there to then lend my hand, my words, my conversation, you know what I mean? My hugs or whatever. Or even my punishment, you know what I mean? If it needs be, you know what I mean? So I don't like. I draw the line where if I see it, then I'm gonna speak on it. That's where I draw the line. If I see it, can you get your phone out the damn camera, sir?
My bad, man. My bad. Sorry.
So I draw the line, like I said. If I see it, then I speak on it. If I catch wind of it, then I ask about it. You know what I'm saying? If it's bad, that's your ass. You know what I mean? You know, if it's something that I need to help you out or steer you in the right direction, then I'm gonna lend you my advice. You know what I mean? And then if it's good, I'm gonna celebrate you. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna let you be a child and experience life in a child way. You know what I mean? What you got, PH?
PH went first.
I mean, Chris.
Yeah, this is touchy. This shit here. I don't know. I feel like I want to be everything Chips just said, but I feel like I would be I'm gonna be everything PH said. Like, like I don't know. Like
That's why I said to begin mine right now, as a father of a young child, ain't no fucking line. There ain't no line. Maybe once you get older, I might change.
Well, that definitely makes sense.
But
Definitely makes sense.
But right now,
as an 8, 9, 10-year-old, you ain't got no damn privacy. Nah.
You better be glad you still got a door to your room. But I don't know, man. Like I look at it as, like you said, we've done a lot of shit as kids.
That's why that line is not there.
I don't want to know everything, but then it's like, I want to at least know you not doing some of the shit I did. Like, I don't gotta know every single thing, and I feel like knowing every single thing will lead to
strangles.
A bad relationship, PH. You know, will lead to a troubled relationship and push them in a direction of doing something that you might not have wanted them to do in the first place. For me, having a daughter, I rely on her mother a lot for a lot of the uncomfortable shit for me. Like, I'm not going to the doctor with you to check your shit. No. Like, so.
So you ain't gonna be on your TI shit. Okay.
No,
okay.
No. So Nabi went for her eight-year checkup. No shots or nothing needed, but they went through everything. And Nabi's a thick little girl, you know, 8 years old. Shut up.
Heavy bonded.
She about 95 pounds at 8 years old. So she got little, like, she's to the point now where even her after school is like, okay, she can't wear these shirts anymore. She's got to get a bra. Uh-huh. So, you know, they went to the doctor, and part of the checkup, they were like, well, they had to, like, feel him. And it was like, you know, like her mother came back and she was like, oh, yeah, you know, she's good. You know, everything is fine. The doctor was like, if there were lumps there, then that means in like another year or so, her period's coming. I was like, what? It's like, why are we even talking about this? Like, what the fuck?
Right. See, look, you just made a great hair grow just now, and I'm not even talking about Madison.
Bruh, I was like, what? Like, legit. And she was like, no. She was like, but nothing's there now, you know, but, you know, she said she feels something small, so it could be, you know, getting ready to grow. I'm like, oh my God. It's bad enough we got to get the little training bra shits, but now it's like, oh, I got to worry about this shit. It's bad enough I got to deal with you when you be bleeding. Come on. I ain't trying to deal with two of you motherfuckers. Like, but it's like stuff like that. Like, no, I can't. I can't handle. I'm not ready to handle yet. You know what I mean? Like, I see certain shit or I see certain trends and I'm like, who the fuck is that? What's that? Like, her teacher sent us pictures or whatever of the kids in class, and in her picture, she the only motherfucker with the boy who got the hat on. Why he got a hat on?
Why he in a picture?
In class, why he got a hat on? Why you got to take a picture with the little cool motherfucker? Little Rico Frico looking motherfucker. You got to take a picture with this nigga because he got a hat on. Everybody else got they fucked up haircuts out except Rico Frico.
Rico Frico.
Rico Frico.
But it's like it's shit like that that's like, yo, like this shit is about to be real. Like, it's only gonna get worse.
Yes, sir. Yes,
the older she gets. And, you know, in this day and age with kids getting kidnapped and shit, it's like, man, I gotta be involved. Like, I gotta be full-fledged, 100%. Nah, ain't no fucking secrets. I need to know every fucking thing now. Granted, you know, Nabi ain't got no phone. Shit, that ain't, I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's like right now there's no need. But when that need comes, it's like, oh, I'm gonna lose my mind because you talking about not going, I'm going through everything. I better not see no tallywhackers. It better not be not one tallywhacker. I swear, I'm flipping.
Yo, Nabi, if you're listening, you can come live with me, all right?
That Kevin Hart shit just popped in my head when you said that, sir.
Yo, trust me. It's. But y'all wait. Y'all wait.
I am waiting. I'm definitely waiting.
Especially the girls, yo. Especially the girls. I let Reese handle all that.
No.
You had a boy first. You could be like, yo, Keyshawn, check on your sister.
No. Trust me. Cause that little motherfucker stay in the old other direction where I don't want her to fucking go. It's the same, yo. It's the same way when we was kids, bro. Our cousins ain't teach us right. You know what I'm saying? They was pushing us to do some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? So it's the same shit, man. It's the same shit. But it's tough. It's tough. Trust me. It's definitely tough. And the wild shit is these kids don't go outside, bro. So they on the phones, they on the tablets, and on the video games. They just, and you would think that would keep them away from shit, but that just get them in so much more shit, yo.
That just add to the bullshit.
Yeah, like that just, oh my fucking goodness, boy, I can't believe it. But yeah, I'm almost done, man. How long y'all got?
Shut your ass up.
All right. So on that note, we appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yo, I hope your house burned down, Chip. How about that? Yo, where that deer at? I'm gonna jump through the damn window.
Oh shit.
Shit, boy.
This motherfucker. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe.
Wait, I got one more thing.
Thoughts.
I got one more thing. I want to say shout out to Brian Cashman for finally doing the right goddamn
Yo, that's
thing.
next episode. That's next episode, bro.
Nah, fuck that, okay? We can talk about it again next episode. I can't hold this in. This is like my Christmas present already. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And man, listen. Whew.
Yo, he heard the podcast, man. He heard the podcast.
Man, listen, he heard everybody. Cause he's a man. Man, listen. I didn't care what the money was. It could have been $424. Give it to him.
This guy here, man.
Listen, I told you when it $245, I said that ain't gonna be enough. That is not gonna be enough. $245 ain't enough, fam. And when I seen that number, it was just like, Jesus, 324.
All right, you guys got a preview for the next episode. Glad you came.
Fucking PH.
Listen, I'm sorry.
Glad
No, I'm
you
not
came
sorry.
out.
Fuck it. Wait till next week to talk about this shit. Now you should talk about this shit now.
Thank y'all for coming out.
God bless and good night. But again, seriously, like and subscribe, share, comment, man. We talked about some serious topics this week. Comment, let us know your thoughts. Obviously, talk about the Niners. We here, baby.
Damn, why it sound like that?
Let PH know you here for him. You know, when talking about the Jets. Let Chips know it's okay. He's a Knicks fan. You know, it's all right.
Hashtag no expectations, baby.
Word. Mm-hmm. Hashtag no expectations, baby. Let's go.
We appreciate y'all, and we out.
We out.